What's up everyone, and happy Friday. In today's video, we're going to be covering one very interesting setup right now that is at a pretty good level that has a 125%, I guess you could say, margin to the upside. A lot of smart money's into it, and I saw a $15 million trade in options on this yesterday. So it's definitely worth checking out. We're going to keep today's video quick and to the point, and let's get right into it. So the stock we're going to be talking about today is StockedUp. So StockedUp is actually one of ARK Invest's top holdings. If we go to kathysark.com, we can see that ARK owns quite a bit of it. It represents a 5.5% weight in ARK's portfolio with everything combined, which is pretty big. Like Tesla is the only stock with a heavier weighting with around 7.2%. But besides that, StockedUp is pretty heavy in ARK's portfolio. So you can take that how you want. StockedUp is in a industry that is growing very fast. They're like with, I guess you could say, the healthcare industry, but everything's, for the most part, done online. So that's good to see. We can see that their long-term chart has been fantastic. Since 2016, the stock went from $9 up to highs of $308. Right now, it's around $137 or $138. They do have earnings very soon. And long story short, over the past year, the stock has been struggling quite a bit, but other, I guess you could say, COVID stocks have seen similar patterns. Like if we look at Zoom, it had a great year in 2020, but in 2021, it has definitely been pulling back. And you could even look at the chart of Peloton and even Fastly. So it's kind of in these in this group of stocks that did so good last year that it's kind of pulling back right now. But at the end of the day, it's in a sector, in an industry that is growing at a crazy pace, and there's a lot of very intelligent people who are clearly pretty bullish on this stock, and I definitely wanted to point it out because right now, like I said, the stock's at 137 to 138, and its all-time high is at 308. And the reason I'm making this video today on October 22nd is because yesterday I saw the smart money grab over $15 million worth of call options on this one, and earnings is pretty soon. So I figured I'd point it out. The smart money grabbed over $15 million of the 135 strike calls that expire on January 19th of 2024. Now these options have a lot of time, but it's also a lot of money going into these options. I doubt the smart money is shorting these calls because they are in the money and they have so much time. One thing to keep in mind though, like I said, is earnings is pretty soon. The smart money isn't always perfect. They don't always catch the bottom, and anything can happen with earnings. It's always a coin flip, but it's definitely an interesting setup. I like it. It's not my favorite play in the world, but I feel like given the sector and given the price it's at, I think it's definitely worth taking a look at, and I like it at least for a small position. It doesn't have to be the exact options of smart money selected, but at the same time, I would not grab the 180 strike calls that expire in a couple weeks because it's not even the same trade at that point. The smart money is in the money call options that have a lot of time. To be specific, they're in the 135 strike calls that expire on January 19th of 2024. The chart looks pretty good, on the long-term scale. Of course, over the past year, it's not the best because, it's been selling off, and other stocks similar to this stock, or I guess you could say that ran up with this stock last year, like Zoom, Fastly, and Peloton, are seeing similar chart patterns, you can say. So all in all, I like it. It's not my favorite play, but I definitely think it's worth looking into. Shares would be the safest way to go with this one, and just be careful with earnings. But overall, I hope you learned something from this video. And if you want to follow all of the plays that Kathy Wood trades, or all of her picks, you can just head over to kathysark.com. You can basically see, what she bought, when, how much, and all the weightings and everything in her portfolio. And, this can definitely be a good source of information for potential plays. So definitely check it out. And besides that, thank you guys so much for watching.